All right, let's dive into a skill that can literally make or break your career: professional communication. Seriously, it's not just about the words you use, but how you write them, how you say them, how you present them. So, we're going to break down the skills you absolutely need one step at a time. But first, I want you to think about this. Is the way you communicate actually opening doors for you, or is it quietly closing them? Every single email, every meeting, every presentation, it's a chance to build trust, to create opportunity. Or, well, it's a chance to cause confusion and shut down paths you didn't even know were there. Getting this right isn't just a nice to have, it's a career superpower. Okay, first up, the foundation of, let's be honest, pretty much all workplace communication these days: the email. We shoot off dozens of these a day, right? But are they actually getting the job done? Let's look at what separates an email that gets ignored from one that gets results. We've all seen it. On the left, you've got the classic brain dump email, that long, tangled paragraph that makes the reader do all the work just to figure out what you want. And on the right, you've got communication that is just a straight line to action. See, one is a burden to receive, the other is a useful tool. The choice seems obvious, but we've all been guilty of sending the messy one from time to time. So, how do you write that perfect email, the one that gets a quick yes on it response? It's actually a really simple three-part formula, and it's all about respecting the other person's time. First, always start with the bluff. That's military speak for bottom line up front. Just say what you need right away. Don't bury the lead. Next, make it scannable. Use short paragraphs, bullet points, bold text, anything that lets a busy person get the gist in like 10 seconds. And finally, end with a crystal clear ask. Tell them exactly what you need and exactly when you need it by. No more guesswork. Now, let's take those same ideas, clarity and structure, and put them on a much bigger stage. We're moving from the one-to-one world of email to the one-to-many challenge of giving a formal presentation. You want to know the secret weapon behind so many amazing speeches? It's the simple little trick our brains love: the rule of three. See, our brains are basically pattern-seeking machines, and 3 is the smallest number you need to create a pattern. So if you structure your big ideas in threes, like here's the problem, here's our solution, and here's the benefit, or why we need to change, what will change, and how we'll get there, they just stick. They become more memorable and way more powerful. So what does this look like in action? Well, for starters, you've got to grab their attention with a hook: a surprising fact, a quick story, something to make them lean in. Then you keep them locked in by telling a story. But the biggest mistake, the absolute cardinal sin of presenting: reading your slides. Your audience can read. They came to hear your take on it. Just think of your slides as the backup singers. You are the star of the show. All right, now for the real communication pressure cooker: the job interview. This is where everything, clarity, structure, storytelling, all has to come together perfectly. It is the ultimate test of your ability to articulate your value right then and there. This quote pretty much says it all, doesn't it? Companies know they can teach you the technical stuff, the software, the processes. What they can't easily teach is how you listen, how you explain your ideas, how you work with other people. They're not just interviewing your resume, folks. They are interviewing your communication skills. And the words you choose make a huge difference. Instead of saying you helped on a project, try saying you orchestrated it. Instead of you did a task, you executed it. This isn't about being fancy, it's about being precise. It's about taking ownership and communicating your real impact with confidence. And when you get that classic interview question, "So tell me about a time when," you need a game plan. The absolute best one is the STAR method. It stops you from rambling and turns your story into a powerful example. You just walk them right through it. What was the situation? What was your task? What specific action did you take? And this is the most critical part: what was the result? It is a foolproof way to give a punchy, compelling answer every single time. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about the place where teamwork either soars or completely falls apart: the meeting. This is maybe the most dynamic communication challenge, because you have to listen, think on your feet, and collaborate, all in real time. A great meeting doesn't just happen by accident. It's engineered. Success starts before the meeting even begins, with a clear agenda so everyone shows up prepared. It's maintained during the meeting by someone who facilitates and keeps the discussion from going off the rails. And it's solidified after the meeting with a clear summary of action items. You miss any one of those three, and you're not really making progress. You're just talking. A healthy meeting is a conversation, not a performance. Take a look at this ideal breakdown. Notice how the main speaker isn't talking the whole time. Not even close. A huge chunk of the time is set aside for team input and questions. The goal isn't just to talk at people, it's to think with them. And if you're the one running the meeting, your most important job is to create that space. So let's wrap this all up. We've walked through the 4 key arenas of professional communication: the clarity you bring to your writing, the impact you have in your presentations, the confidence you project in an interview, and the collaboration you foster in a meeting. And while they might seem like 4 separate things, they're all deeply connected. We've basically just filled your professional toolkit. You now have the frameworks to write emails that actually get things done, deliver presentations that persuade people, ace interviews that land you the job, and run meetings that move the ball forward. But, at the end of the day, mastering all these techniques isn't really about memorizing a bunch of rules. It's about building genuine competence. Because when you know, really know, that you can get your ideas across clearly and effectively, a kind of natural, unshakable confidence just follows. I'll just leave you with this final question to chew on. In a world where AI can analyze data and write code and handle so many of our routine tasks, what is our uniquely human advantage? Maybe, just maybe, it's our ability to truly connect, to persuade, and to collaborate with other human beings. That might just become the most valuable skill of all. Something to think about.